This episode of the Tynee Talks podcast is brought to you by the HBCU Only. Get under the umbrella of all things HBCU. Check out their merch. Welcome to the Tynee Talks podcast, the podcast that educates and entertains, the podcast where you come to laugh and learn. I am your host, Tynee, and I have a really excellent episode today entitled Juneteenth. On today's episode, I am joined by the CEO of HBCU Only, Michael Smith, and his marketing and logistical director, Stacey Williams. And guess what? They are friends of the show. So welcome back, guys. How y'all doing today?
Hey, I'm good.
Why y'all so goofy?
I'm not goofy. You laughing.
I love y'all. But today we're gonna be talking about Juneteenth. So what do y'all know about June? Well, better question is, when y'all were growing up, did you celebrate Juneteenth?
So I just grew up a little different with my father that I have. You know what I'm saying? So I've been knowing about it, but I've been in Texas over 20 years. So when I got here, it's crazy. Like living in Houston, man. Like Juneteenth is like, it's probably one of my best days of the year. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like you don't realize it until you get to Texas, where it actually started in Galveston, not too far from Houston. So it's like, it's crazy. So Juneteenth like Christmas to me. That's my birthday. That's kind of.
Yeah, that's up there.
Yeah.
So, growing up in Flint, we're all from Flint. I participated for decades. They used to have a Juneteenth parade where they marched from Martin Luther King, Forest Park, all the way to downtown to the riverfront.
So I must have been living in a bubble.
No. We did the kudos thing.
No, hell no, because my dad never said shit about
the parade?
No.
Mr. Smith must have had something else going on.
He ain't tell me nothing about no Juneteenth.
It was a real thing. So for listeners out there who don't know about Juneteenth, Juneteenth is commemorating June 19th, 1865, when Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston to let the enslaved of Texas know that they were actually free. So all the other slaves were free.
Right, ain't that fucked up?
And for 2 years, the Texans were still in that thing.
We can go on the show.
Yeah,
it was a hot mess.
Yeah.
So I know how you celebrated. You're saying that you really weren't aware of it until like later on in life.
No, until I became an adult.
And then how were you introduced to it as an adult?
HBCU. Like when I went to Tennessee State. Like, I hung around these Black Power dudes. They were on the track team. And, they were really black.
You know what I'm thinking about. There's no movie I'm thinking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Higher learning.
Yeah. So I hung around these Black Power dudes, right? And so they would always, put me on game. They was like, yeah, we doing this Juneteenth thing. And I was like, what is that? And they had to break it down to me. But I didn't know anything about it, to be honest with you.
Okay. So now that we've grown and you've been acclimated to your dad was a very pro-black guy. Your dad was rocking locks before locks
was cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you grew up in a very pro-black household to like love yourself, all the things. So what are some misconceptions about Juneteenth that you've heard throughout the years?
I don't know, man. It's one of them things where it's like I don't celebrate the 4th of July.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like I don't be excited for the 4th. Like, and I've been raised like that. Like, so to me Juneteenth is like our day. And Cinco de Mayo.
And Cinco de Mayo.
Call me Santiago.
Call me Selena.
Miguel.
Miguel.
Yeah, call me Miguel.
Like, that is what I celebrate. So I think the misconception of it is like people don't understand the freedom of it. You know what I'm saying? Because other slaves were already free. And then they in Texas, where we're at, and they still slaving.
Yeah.
So for us to be free is like, hey, we've been free. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, where you been at? Like, we been riding around. Yeah.
You know how pissed I'd be?
I mean, what?
I'm talking about pissed.
Yeah.
If I would have found out,
yeah,
I would have to cuss everybody out on that plantation.
I would have been start whooping that.
Yeah. We put an
I don't know
extra
if
2
you
years
went
of
that
work
far.
in.
You would have went that far?
Why not?
I mean, I guess you
free.
Yeah.
Right. They can't do nothing to you.
Right.
Yeah, so you got to whip ass.
Gotta whip
I
ass.
completely understand.
You know what I mean?
So,
That's funny.
so Juneteenth became a federal holiday in 2021, and some companies honor it, some don't. Do you think that that white people should honor it as much as black people?
I guess my gut feeling is no. I mean,
Hey,
They shouldn't celebrate that we're all free.
Yes.
Because when we think about the 4th of July, right, they're
Right.
celebrating freedom.
Right.
But it's like, I feel like Juneteenth is the real
Freedom.
Day.
Freedom Day,
Because
right.
then everybody was free. So you
Right.
don't think they should?
they should participate for sure. They should.
From a distance.
They should. They should.
from a distance.
No,
though.
I mean the problem is when the Juneteenth become commercialized.
Okay.
Like Walmart tried to make ice cream.
Ice cream?
I think you know remember that they had to
No.
take that shit off the shelf.
What
You don't
color was
remember
it?
No.
It was a Juneteenth ice cream. Look at it. I don't know.
It
whatever.
was
I'm
red,
not
black,
eating
and green?
I guess like it was
That is-
Juneteenth.
Wow, they out there like this.
It was Juneteenth ice cream. Man, they took that shit up. Black Twitter got a hold of them, and it was a wrap.
Tore them down to
Tore
the
them down. They
seams.
took that shit off the shelf.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought in a segue that I was going to get into about commercializing Juneteenth. Should it be commercialized and sold like, the red, white, and blue, the flags, the popsicles? I guess maybe that was Walmart's thinking, like we have the red, white, and blue
They
bomb
thought.
popsicles.
That's what they thought.
That's what they thought?
Yeah,
They
that's
thought
what they
very
thought.
wrong.
They did.
So should we commercialize Juneteenth?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I think that 4th of July is already commercialized. So when you start commercializing Juneteenth, then now Target's going to want to get in on it, and Walmart and HEB and all these major
So
corporations. Yeah, I mean, and if they're going to get in on it, okay, well then kick back scholarships and other resources to our community.
Yeah, directly
saying?
to the
Yeah.
HBCUs,
For sure.
directly to the black students in
Yes.
the high schools and your local communities.
Right.
And all of those good things. My hesitation with the commercialization of Juneteenth is them taking it to the real racist part of it. So, like, when you think of Cinco de Mayo, right, we got margarita, Taco Tuesday. And then they
you're
start
right.
talking about,
Yeah.
like, free chicken wings.
Yeah,
Or,
Great.
somebody
Kool-Aid.
eating watermelon.
Like,
yeah.
Hennessy.
Yeah, that was,
Tennessee,
yeah,
all
yeah.
of that. Like,
You
I
probably
just feel
come
like
though.
there's a fine line.
Hennessy sickles.
And they always saying like we always bringing up racism, but it's just like when y'all get involved in
Right.
what we got going
It
on,
make it
Yeah.
worse.
it takes a turn.
Yeah. It
It's,
go
So-
like-
it's gonna take one
like
white
the
person with
GPS.
some braids that's
Yeah.
gonna piss us off. It's gonna be somebody that got some locks.
A white person.
It's gonna piss us off.
from Montana. Montana.
And hey,
Never mind.
they're gonna have to rescind the whole thing.
Yeah. Fuck that. Take it back. Run it back.
So, what are some meaningful ways that people can celebrate Juneteenth?
Okay, wait. Like, remember the girl who was breakdancing from Australia?
Yeah,
They-
on the Olympics,
Oh.
They got rid of that because
They
of her.
because that wasn't
she
breakdancing.
fucked that up.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
a
sorry.
hot-
Heart attack.
Okay. Heart attack.
We're gonna call it. She was having a stroke. Or
She was having. You should definitely have
a
this.
seizure.
Okay, so yeah, so what are some meaningful ways that people should celebrate Juneteenth? I know in my personal family, we have a family friend, and they have a Juneteenth party since we've been in Texas. They have the flag up,
Sure.
we play games, we do black trivia, and we celebrate and we uplift all things black people. So what are some other ways that people can celebrate Juneteenth?
I mean, what you just said sounds fantastic.
So we should have cookouts.
I'm
know,
having a barbecue.
cookouts, gatherings, whatever it is. It ain't got to be, a cookout.
Kickback.
But yeah, just hang out.
Don't go to work.
Don't
Don't go to work.
Why?
Don't go
Why
to work.
should you?
4th of July off.
Yeah.
4th of July is
You know,
off.
you can sign. I'll work on the 4th. I ain't got nothing else to do.
I
ain't-
don't
I
want to
ain't
work on
buying-
either day.
I ain't even buying fireworks, so you know what I mean.
You don't?
Yeah.
Some people let off the fireworks for Juneteenth.
Yeah,
True.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I'm cool with that.
So letting off fireworks, kicking it back with your people,
Yeah, and do some research.
and
Like,
do some
do
research,
some
educate
research.
yourself about it. Okay, so there's always controversy about, other cultures and them saying like, well, if we don't know, we want you to educate us. Should we take a day off that day and they be like, they need to go Google it, or should we be educating them on our day of freedom? Because that feels like work.
I think go both ways. I think it depends.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people not ready to have the conversation, but the ones that are,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you can feel the energy.
You like, all right. Some
Yeah.
people that just ask, well, hey, buddy. You like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Then you go, hey, I didn't know.
Yeah. It's like, you know.
Never told me.
Well.
Like, my granddad is racist.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they tell you.
Yeah. In a secret.
Like, in a secret. Hey, do you know my granddad's racist?
Yeah.
I never knew that. Right. So the dude named Michael, so fuck you. I mean. Like,
Why you got to do him like
I'm
that?
just saying,
I got
Michael.
you. All right, so we're going to just segue. Thank you guys for having a talk about Juneteenth and ways to commemorate, ways to celebrate Black power, Black pride, Black excellence. And that's where you guys come in. You all are really on the precipice, I guess you could say, of elevating HBCUs, elevating all things Black people and Black things, Black celebrations, and all of that through your brand, HBCU Only. So I see you got on the Juneteenth jersey.
Yes. Yep. Brand new jersey.
1865. That's when the freedom came. June 19th, 1865. You got the Black Power fist on the side.
Yep.
Oh, I got this. You know, we gotta throw this up. And freedom.
Yeah.
Are we really free?
No.
We free-ish?
Free
No,
is.
we here.
But we gon', you know, they say speak things into existence as though it was. So we gonna claim freedom.
We
gonna claim freedom for sure. So I see you got the Juneteenth jersey on, 1865, the Black Power fist. So let's get into some merchandise of the HBCU Only, what you have going on, your upcoming collaborations, and why you're doing a special Juneteenth merchandising series.
Sure. So more specifically, why we're doing this series is because we wanted to give people a different option, you know, so that they don't have to go to Amazon or the Targets or Walmart or whatever to get your merch. We got plenty that can go around. We got stuff for kids, adults, hats, jerseys, umbrellas. You know, we got the whole nine. So we're just giving people another option.
Another option, and that's what people need, you know, and it's going to a Black-owned business, so the dollar is circulating within the Black community, and we're not taking it out, and we're also commemorating something as momentous as Juneteenth.
Yes, and we also, every 5% of every sale is going towards our book scholarship in the fall.
Tell us more about the book scholarship.
So it'll be for incoming freshmen. It could be for men, women, but it'll be a book scholarship for $500. You get $250 one semester, $250 another semester, and we'll give it to. We want to do a collective of $2,500. So you know, we'll give kids the scholarships.
So all proceeds of this Juneteenth collection will go to the book scholarship. Can students take this scholarship to a PWI, or is it exclusively for students attending HBCUs?
Two things. It's 5%.
What did I say? I said 50%.
Oh, you said all.
Y'all giving all everything.
Hey, look, I was
I'm like the whole thing.
A slip of the tongue, guys. 5%.
I was like, shit,
Like,
what happened?
right.
Okay, 5% of the proceeds.
Yes.
Okay, so two things. 5% only.
Yes.
$250 the first semester,
Yeah.
fall semester, $250 spring semester.
Right.
Can they use this at a PWI, or is it exclusively for HBC students?
So this is our first round.
Okay.
This is our first cycle. So we're going to, you know, specifically have it for HBCU students this go round. You know, but maybe next cycle we'll open it up.
And for this book scholarship, how do students, do they have to apply through a link? Do they have to write an essay? What do they have to do to qualify for this book scholarship?
Yeah, so they definitely have to write an essay, but it'll be more information on the website, hbcuonly.com. Once we launch everything, everything will be on our website.
Do you know how soon the link will be available, or will it be closer to the fall semester?
Closer to the fall semester.
So around
So probably
July?
like June, July, yeah.
Okay,
June,
that's
July.
excellent.
Yeah.
So I also heard word on the curve that you're collaborating with the Bedrock brand. I see Stacey is rocking the Bedrock shirt, and I heard that y'all got a collaboration going on with them. So can you speak more to the collaboration that you have going on with Bedrock?
Yep, we sure can.
How did the partnership
Hey, look,
come to be?
I knew it was coming this way. I knew. Damn, we
Sure
was
can.
supposed to call those.
Hey,
Hey,
we were supposed to call
we're
those.
supposed to call those.
So, Stacey, I would like for you to share with us how the Bedrock HBCU collaboration came to be, the history and the importance of the Bedrock brand, and why we should, you know, lean into this collaboration.
All right, so Me and Los real good friends. Like, so Los is the...
Who's Los?
Goddamn, Tynee. She got a 9 and a 45.
Who's Los?
All right,
Tell us
so...
about Monica.
All right.
Fuck Los.
So, Los is one of the co-owners of Bedrock, you know what I'm saying? So, it's a Flint company, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it stand for like solid, being solid, you know what I'm saying? That's what they really stand behind, being solid. Being from Flint, you know, just the Flintstones, the Bedrock connection, you know what I mean? So it's one of them things. I've been wearing Bedrock for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, I got a lot of one-on-ones, meaning like, you can't get this one.
Exclusive.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, so that's how it is. But me and Los are real good friends outside of all of that. Meaning like, he like a big brother to me. I'm like a little brother to me. We got like, our brothers died the same type of way. His younger brother, my older brother. So we got a real different connection, you know what I'm saying? So like, our family's cool. So we was just talking one day. Like, me and Mike was talking one day. He was like, man, you know, let's do something different. I'm like, man, let's do a Bedrock umbrella. Let's do a Bedrock collaboration. Because they only was really doing like t-shirts, joggers, hoodies, jackets, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, let's expand it. I'm like, we got a little play. Let's just run with it. So me and Los talk like every Sunday. Like, it's like a ritual, like every Sunday. So I just talked to him one day and I was like, hey, you want to do this? He was like, man, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It made sense.
It made sense. So it was natural. So like, as close as me and Los is, I brought him in with Mike because me and Mike are real close. You know what I'm saying? So like, it became like a brothership between the three of us, and just trying to put on for the city, but also be like black men doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, we don't be arguing. Everybody stay in their lane and what they got to do. You know what I mean? Like,
everyone plays a part.
Everybody plays a part. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so they just brought me in on that crazy stuff on Sundays.
Yeah, so you've been looped in.
Yeah, I've been looped into the shit.
like, what? Like, listen, our Sunday conversations is about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, life, balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Work.
So this is a good space for you all mentally to kind of like get with other brothers and kind of shed whatever happened throughout the week. Kind of let it off your chest in a safe environment.
Yeah,
but
also talk about how we can better our generational wealth. You know what I mean? Because like, all of us got kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what we talk about. I mean, but I'm gonna tell you, if you was a fly on the wall, you'd be like, yo, these motherfuckers is crazy. Because the conversation go ping, 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 ping. You never know.
Yeah.
Depending on, because we never like just at home in the car like, hey, what's up, bro? It's like, I might be at Walmart. I'm talking to these motherfuckers, and it's like, I'm walking, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of them. So
it's real organic.
It's real organic.
And it flows.
It flows.
And so when y'all, you said they were just pretty much doing t-shirts and hats, and you're like, let's expand with the merchandise. And so you brought in umbrellas. And so can you talk about the culture of high schools in Flint and why this umbrella collaboration is so important culturally for the city of Flint? Although our 4 high schools, and you kind of talk about how our 4 high schools is like the everything in Flint. We don't have it anymore, but the spirit still resonates.
100%. So like, with us being from Central, you know what I'm saying? We Indians. So it's like, it's a real pride thing. You know what I mean? Like, of course, Los talk all shit about Northern because he went to Northern. You can't tell him nothing else. You know what I mean? Everybody, mama and daddy went to N-Dub.
N-Dub, for sure.
So it's like,
my mom went to Central and Northwest.
Yeah. So both my parents, my sister, my older sister, my older brother, besides Tina, went to Northwestern. My whole family went to N-Dub. So like, N-Dub is like, it's to me, it's Flint.
Yeah.
No, I don't care what nobody say. Like, pick any other school, they were great at times.
They were great, and they have to this day the best booster club.
Yeah.
Like, they still rep hard.
Yeah, they hard. They do their thing. So
Central?
Northwestern.
Hell no.
Oh, Northwestern.
But you got to think about where it's at. It's on the north side.
Yeah.
It's the north side of town. It's the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that type. It's like, so everybody lived over there and went to school over there. So, I mean, the umbrella colors really came from like, I ain't gonna say just the schools, but it's just like a variety of things. Like, but I did bring one, so I'll show you.
Okay.
This is the
N-Dub colors.
Yeah.
This is very nice material. Definitely can withstand some hail. For sure.
For sure. We live in Texas.
Yeah.
So we got 29 days of hurricane season.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely get that.
You got to understand that
Yeah.
it's a part of life. So
we take our colors serious. So Northwestern was gold and
yellow and green.
Yellow and green.
Mm-hmm.
Central red, black and white.
Red, black and white.
Northern gray and red.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask.
Right. Maroon.
Yeah, maroon.
Yeah. And then Southwestern.
Blue.
Blue and yellow.
Yeah, blue and yellow. So,
y'all really just really went dry on them other schools.
It did just kind of fade out.
We went to Central, so it's like it's a
pride.
It's a pride thing. Like, and here's the thing. Here's my thing with anybody. Everybody's school was great at time.
It was.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like everybody at any given moment can say their high school
was the best.
Was the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the year I graduated,
we were the best.
It's my 25th class reunion too.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
You old.
Yeah. But we're doing a fundraiser.
Okay.
For all four Flint schools through the umbrellas. And so basically you can go to our website, www.hbcuonly.com, and you can buy a raffle ticket.
So it's like a class war.
It is.
And then those proceeds will go towards the book scholarship, or will those proceeds go back to Southwestern, since that is the last standing Flint high school?
So the proceeds will go back to the classes.
Okay.
So the class of 2001, you'll be able to use those funds to create your own scholarships or throw booster events. Whatever you decide to do, the umbrellas are going to be used for those.
Okay. That's a great idea and a great collaboration. So what other merchandise? Do you want to show us some more Juneteenth jerseys?
Yeah, but I got something for you because
you got something for me?
I do, not right now. I'm talking about right with the whole thing. So last time we was on this podcast, we talked about the Uchiwali Fiesta. Right? I just had to bring it up because if it's the 25-year anniversary of theirs, it's the 25-year Uchiwali.
So for y'all that don't know, if y'all catch their episode from a couple of years ago.
That was like what, 3 years ago?
It might have been like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They, these guys they was partying hard before.
Partying was
hard.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Hype and Handles.
Shout out to Hype and Handles. And there was a Uchiwali festival. So the Uchiwali was a song.
Google it.
Google it. We don't need to get into the weeds of it. But they did nasty. The Uchiwali Fest. We talk about sweat on the walls. We talk about grinding.
Man, listen.
We talk about pop. We called it popping before it was twerking.
Listen, I get asked
lots of love connections.
I tell you this all the time. Like the craziest thing about the Uchiwali Fiesta is this: like you can bring it up and it's nostalgic to anybody.
Yeah.
Right? So like me and Mike could be together. Somebody just randomly asked us. Like even last time, you randomly asked us, and I was like, "Yo, that's the craziest thing," because to us it was just a normal party.
Yeah.
It didn't hit us until.
After.
Like years.
It became legendary.
Later, like, I'm like, yo, it was that.
Yeah.
But I do remember the craziest thing was we never used to have to move the DJ. Mm-hmm. And when we first started the party, JD was on the floor.
Yeah.
And then we had to stop the party in the middle of the party to move JD to the stage.
Yeah.
And we had no tables and chairs in there. If you ever go inside the Masonic Temple and see how many people, like, it was wall to wall.
Wall to wall, sweat dripping from the window to the wall.
Yeah,
we
was playing that, you heard me? But. So back to that. I just 25 years.
25 years is very.
We talked about it last time. It just made sense.
It just made sense.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
Right, but we did bring some Juneteenth merchandise.
Okay. I got this also.
Ooh, there you go. Mike has one on. This is the.
This I see that looked like a belly shirt.
Oh yeah,
that's for the ladies.
This for the ladies.
Yeah. It's a belly
You
shirt.
heard? Hey, hot girl summer, right?
Hot girl summer. Meg
It's a
Meg
crop
back
top.
out there.
Yeah, it's a crop top.
It's a crop
top. What did I say? A belly
shirt.
I mean, that's a crop top.
They're gonna have a belly chain around it. You know what I'm saying? But I like it.
Belly chain around.
Different. Oh, right here.
Give it to her. I'll give it to you.
There you go.
See, guys. We got the yellow. We got the red,
Black and the green.
the black and the green. And for many of you might not know that the red represents blood, the green represents life, and the black represents the black soil and our black skin. The red, black, and the green. So, yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, Lord, Michael.
What is wrong?
Don't worry about it. It's an inside joke. Don't worry about it. It's good. I'll tell you off. When we get off, I'm going to tell you. But the shirt match is all Juneteenth. So
all HBCU only. Don't forget to go to www.hbcuonly to get your Juneteenth merchandise.
Right, and since we're here, I mean, we brought gifts because this is what we do.
Oh.
So we know your husband went to Florida A&M.
Yes, my husband
Strike
is a
'em,
rattler.
strike 'em.
Strike.
You feel me?
And we love fam.
We do love fam.
They-
Fam is,
I don't know if they
fam.
really love it as
Nah.
much as they love Tennessee State and Texas.
I mean,
okay. So with us being alumni from Tennessee State and Texas Southern,
Right.
fam, I'm telling you, fam is
Yeah.
they top tier.
Fam ain't never did nothing wrong.
They ain't never did nothing
They
wrong.
never did nothing
They don't
wrong.
ask for they just buy everything.
Right.
All right, so, this is so nice. Y'all gotta tag, they fancy. All right, so, this is very nice. Empowering minds, HBCU only, inspiring innovations. This is a very nice shirt. Is this available on the website?
It is. Yep, it's hbcuonly.com. You can also find us on all social media platforms with the same handle.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Wait a minute. Not a fan. It's that FAMU
Where them
fan.
fans?
Where them fans?
Wait, can we
Where
say
them
that?
fans at? This is so nice. I mean, y'all really dedicated this to fam because my husband went there, but I went to Dillard. Y'all be trying to leave Dillard out of the conversation.
Well, Dillard don't. Okay,
Did you know that?
I'm not gonna. I did, but I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say because what you know what I'm gonna say about Dillard.
What?
In between Dillard and fam, think about it. Look at
Oh, yeah.
Dillard don't buy nothing compared to fam.
This is true.
This is true. So,
That's-
so like
I
we,
mean,
we don't buy.
And we
like,
gonna call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
So,
this-
I mean, even the schools we went to. Let's be even a buck.
Yeah.
Let's give it a
Yeah,
buck.
fam gonna do it up.
Fam does
gonna
it
buy
the
it.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they gonna buy it.
they gonna clean you out.
Yeah. They actually, fam actually host a Rattler Fest here in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
So it's really
pull
nice.
up.
Yeah.
All right, so this is
I
another
saw
fan. This
that.
is more like a high power fan. It's like an air conditioner.
Yeah.
Like a
It
personal
is.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that can also be bought on the website as well.
Okay, this is available on the website. And then I
from
see it's a excuse me, it's a
That's
neck
not
fan in
sure.
here too. I feel like neck fans are for people that are older.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we know you got kids.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pink, so you know why.
Okay, you're right. And I'm perimenopause, so I might need this. But
We just brought gifts.
I thank you guys for this lovely gift. I love this bag. I hope my husband don't take it from me. This is like a beach bag.
It is. Yeah, it's one of our tote bags. We make them in every style, or at least for every HBCU that we have a license with. So.
Oh, that is so amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that. Thank you again for coming on to this episode of the Tynee Talks podcast to talk about Juneteenth, how you celebrate it and what you're doing to commemorate it and to keep the black dollar circulating.
For sure.
For Juneteenth and celebrations to come. So thank you guys for coming on.
We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience about HBCU Only? Any festivals or locations you're going to be at this summer where they can grab merch in person?
Yes, you can find us on Emancipation Park, actually on Juneteenth, the day of Juneteenth. We'll also be on Alameda Street? Yes, we'll be on Alameda. So you can't miss us. We'll be under the right tent.
That's in Houston, Texas.
Yes, it's in Houston, Texas. You'll see our tent, so you'll be able to reach us.
The
Okay.
tennis, HBCU only, clearly.
Yes,
Clearly.
But definitely follow us on HBCU Only. Our social media tags are HBCU Only, or you can find us on Instagram at the HBCU Only.
And what's something that you want listeners and viewers to take away from the HBCU Only?
We put in a lot of hard work. We put in a lot of hard work. We're both HBCU graduates. Stacey went to Texas Southern. I went to Tennessee State and Tuskegee. And we understand our culture, right? So we're just trying to give people, again, another alternative to make purchases and support us and really invest in our culture.
So that we can, get out of the storm and under the HBCU umbrella?
Hey, you know what? From your lips to the ears of God.
Way down. I'm just saying.
All right, guys. Thanks.
We appreciate you today.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for
What's your
coming
mama
on.
like?
CHS.
You heard me?
I'm hungry.
And thank you again for tuning into another episode of the Tynee Talks podcast, the podcast that educates and entertains, the podcast where you come to laugh and learn. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Tynee Talks podcast, where I was joined by my guys, my high school friends and buddies, to talk a little bit more about their business, the HBCU Only. You see these guys, they're a good time, they're a fun time. They're just not here for a long time. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Tynee Talks podcast, and follow me on social media at Tynee Talks podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and also on Facebook. Until next time, guys, remember Tynee Talks and you listen.
I'ma talk about everything you like. I'ma make it real quick, cause it's Tynee Talks. And I'ma talk about it. Yeah, cause it's Tynee Talks. And I'ma talk about it.